Welcome back to another top 5 video. You guys seemed to really like the last one, so we're going to go right into another one. This one's going to be the top 5 early game tames that you can help take you on bosses later on. While maybe not literally, you'll get the point later on in the video. At number 5 here we have an interesting one. It has literally no combat power at all, so you might be thinking, what's the point of this? This guy is small, slow, and really not the best looking guy in any of the arcs. So for really any type of combat, it's pretty useless, or maybe not. This ugly little monstrosity must give speeches like Captain America because it inspires your creatures in the form of XP gain. While most people that play ARK know that this thing gives you an experience buff, but more importantly, it gives your tames an experience. So basically you're going to have this guy on follow while you're killing creatures to level up your Rexes or Megatheriums or Theries or anything like that, and it's going to give you an experience buff, which is going to cut down the time you need to get these levels immensely. And if you can manage to get 3, 4, even 5 of these little guys behind you, it increases the range, so you could even put them on medium or far distance and they'll still be giving you XP with no worry about them getting killed at all. To be honest, if one dies, I mean, they're pretty easy to tame. So the only downside is that you have a 5-minute timer as soon as you pet it, so after the 5 minutes you'll have to hop off and pet all 5 again. This guy is perfect for breeding your final armies and when you're going up to take the Overseer or any other boss in the end of ARK. Up next we have the Ichthyosaurus. I think that's how you pronounce it. No, not the flying seagull that annoys you every time you start a new ARK. It's actually useful, this one. Basically these things are super easy tamed, that they literally swim right up to you. You feed it fish and that's really it. That's the easiest tame in the water, I think. As soon as you have this, you have a super quick water mount that you could even use for caves if you're brave enough. But more importantly, this thing lets you fly around the rivers and oceans, especially on the island or the center. The reason I have this on this list is because, especially with caves, like I said, if you're brave enough, you can really swim through this cave and fly in and out with getting artifacts or loot drops, whatever you need. And once you have a mating pair, you pretty much have an infinite amount of these indispensable things. Another ability of this thing is that it takes no knockback whatsoever in the water, so you can do with that what you want. Another great and kind of funny use is that you can get a bunch of them and throw them on passive, but have them follow you in the cave, so that when they attack you, they'll flee off in different directions, and it kind of is like an army of decoys for you. Another great use for these things is underwater taming. These things are fast enough that usually you can swim away and reload your trank harpoons pretty quickly. Usually you don't have to worry about whatever you're taming Megalodon, Mosasaurus catching up with you. So next up I'm going to go with the Equus, the horse, or you might even get the unicorn depending how lucky you are. But the explanation for that's for a different list. So with the new release of Ragnarok coming to ASA, horses are probably one of the easiest things to tame in the world. You literally walk around the highlands to find some carrots, and then boom, you pretty much have your own horse. You just have to tame it. On other maps, all you have to do is throw it on a crop plot and then grow some seeds you find from picking berries. Honestly, you can even do this with mejo berries, but it's pretty annoying, especially in any danger. So the first thing that this thing can do is that it has a pretty high weight and stamina, and it doesn't use stamina as fast as other creatures. It has a pretty slow stamina drain. This makes it pretty great for travel or for running away from anything that might be chasing you. The reason this thing is on this list is because of its torpor to melee damage output. Basically that just means it does more torpor than it does damage, so you can knock out anything if you can breed up an insane horse. Basically you want to breed these things until you have a crazy melee mutation, and then you can go around kicking anything you want in the head or the ass and you knock them out pretty much with ease. So that's why it's on this list. But let's talk about a few more things about this weird horse. First, stealing wyvern eggs is pretty easy. You just fly your Pteranodon to one. If you want to get off the Pteranodon and not worry about stamina, transfer to a horse, and then you can just pretty much run away from anything that's chasing you. The next thing I noticed is that while researching for this, it has a racing class. Now, I don't really know what that means, but it sounds pretty cool, so there's another reason to tame it. Oh, and if you really need another reason, you can use lances. Not sure when this is helpful, but you can do it. Now, 1 and 2 both have to do with caves, so I'm not really sure which order to put them in, but based on my gut instinct, I'm going to go with the Sabertooth at number 2. Basically, the Sabertooth, you can bola it, and it's pretty easy tame as long as you have trank arrows and you're careful not to kill it. These things can easily be tamed without prawn meat. You just need to throw raw meat into them. You unlock the saddle for this guy at level 37, so it's almost mid-game, but I'm still going to classify that as early game. So basically, this thing is super fast, and it's not quite as good as a Thyla, but you can tame it way easier. So basically, this makes the list because it's an easier option to tame than the Baryonyx or the Thyla, and it's great for caving nonetheless. Walk into any cave like the Boogeyman and fly by running as fast as you can through to get those artifacts. Especially on Scorched Earth, this thing is amazing. And for those high level saddles requiring a ton of hide, this thing's actually a pretty good hide gatherer as well, so there's that too. My decision was down to this and a Raptor, and this is by far better, like 10-15 times better in my opinion. Now I'm talking mainly for the late game. At number 1 for the West early game tames that help you in the late game, I have the otter. Now the otter here does a ton of different things, and all you have to do is passive tame it by killing a fish, swimming up to it, and feeding it. This thing can be tamed super easily. You just grab an RG and pick it up in the mouth, or you grab that horse we talked about earlier and you lasso it, and it should be in place, I think. I'm pretty sure. Don't take my word on that, but it should work. You can also send this thing hunting. It'll bring back black pearls or silica pearls occasionally. But now what you guys really want to know is how can it help me in the late game? So like the Dimetrodon, if you have enough of these things, they can actually incubate eggs because they give off hyper and hypothermal insulation, which basically keeps you cold or keeps you warm depending where you are. And I don't know, like 8 of them with pumped melee should be able to incubate pretty much most eggs in the game, I think. So these things actually are perfect for the tech cave. Basically bring this thing in, and with the use of soups, if you even need them, and these otters, you shouldn't really have any problem with temperature in the tech cave. Oh, and you could put helmets on them, so look at this stupid little bugger. I'm just kidding, I love these things so much. So now with this little tank on your shoulder, he'll actually bite at things that are close to you when they're fighting you. So not super helpful, but hey, at least the effort's there. So I guess that's it. Oh wait, I guess I should probably mention the fact that they can carry multiple artifacts, so you only have to do an artifact cave once, especially when you have to do caves like the ice cave, the hard ice cave on the island. Well, now you only have to do it once, since the otter can carry about 3 or 4 artifacts easily. So yeah, basically this thing can carry as many artifacts as you have the patience to wait for. So for me, it's about 2, maybe 3 on a good day. I suppose that's probably an ability worth mentioning. So that's pretty much the end of this video. Comment what you want to see next and you'll be featured at the start of a video, kind of like the comment was for this one. Also comment what you think should be on this list, maybe your top 5 or even one I missed. I like hearing from you guys. It lets me know you're watching, and maybe some of you like it even, which is awesome. That this might be the last video, or maybe there's one more I haven't quite decided yet, before 24 hours to tame every creature on Ragnarok, which if you're still here, congratulations, now you know that video is coming out. Then yeah, thank you, and we'll see you next time.